This is the DSLR Ninja Rate My Picture game for Android devices. You have the main screen here. On the top you've got the advertisements. This is a free application, but it's advertisement based, so each screen will have an ad at the top. You've got two buttons here: select a picture from the image gallery or select a picture from the device. Also in the menu, About, Help, and Quit. About page is just some basic information, and a PayPal donation button if you want to do that. Completely optional. So the top one, on my device here I have the Astro thing installed, but I'm just going to use the standard gallery. Select a photo. Does some processing of that picture, and then you get a list of different things about the photo, such as picture format. You just press on it and it tells you a little bit about the photo. This one's a JPEG, pretty standard format. And more advanced ones like exposure creates a histogram of luminance, and then it splits it into 5 sections and gives you some percentages on that, so you can get a general idea of the exposure of your photo. And it might say if it's a good exposure, bad exposure. Depends on what your photo is like. Clipping, that looks at the histogram again and sees if they're really dark or really bright sections of your photo. Overall sharpness, similar thing, makes another histogram, but this is based on areas of your photo that have high sharpness. Different calculation. Rule of thirds is similar. This is finds all the edges of the photo and analyzes certain sections of the photo defined by the guideline rule of thirds to see if there's something sharp in high contrast in that section. Dynamic range, pretty standard thing. It looks at the level of difference between really dark and bright areas of the photos to see if there's a lot of high dynamic range. Similar thing, it splits up with histograms again. The red, green, and blue colors themselves, and analyzes each. Gives you the same histogram type layout. So you've got the clipping as well with each color. That's helpful with if you have a photo that is a little too blue or too red. You'll notice that in these histograms. A few more simple ones, like if your photo is large enough to print at 4:6, pretty standard print size. That's just a simple calculation of how large your picture is. Another one, compression level. It reads how many bytes your photo is, and it calculates how many pixels it has, and then it sees if the ratio is a good one for JPEG. It's a little different for different file formats, but this one just basically looks at what expected JPEG photo would be. And that's 20 to 1 ratio is the real bottom end of a decent JPEG photo. It'll calculate that. And a few simple ones just for basically information, color and averages, and then looks for faces in the photo. So that's pretty much it. There's lots of different little things, helpful information, and then it gives you a general rating on the photo. Let's go to the help screen first. So this talks about each section of whatever is analyzed, each area. So let's press the button here, and it gives you a calculation of good, average, and bad with a weighted score, kind of just for fun. So see if you can ever get 100%. That's about it for this program. Let's do the other way. This way, if you don't want to use the gallery, you can manually drill down into your SD card and then select a photo. So that's me at the Grand Canyon. All the similar calculations. That's a really interesting looking exposure. I probably modified it. So, similar layout. So that was the DSLR Ninja Rate My Picture game for Android devices. Thanks.